Hi, my name is Kathy. I'm a wife to Steve and a mom to 3 kids ages 7, 9, and 11. About 10 years ago, I started a blog called Frugal Lancaster, and on it, I share ways to save money and fun, free, cheap things to do in Lancaster County with your family. I absolutely loved starting this blog when my kids were little because I could really utilize nap time, and it made it so much more simple. Now that my kids are older, combined with the fact that we started homeschooling, it's really a little bit more tricky trying to figure things out working from home, as well as being a mom, a wife, and all those other responsibilities I have. So over the years, I've found a few things that really helped me. Now, let me first say that this is a continual work in progress, and it's changing all the time. I'm never going to have this down, but it's always just like a rolling with the ball type thing. But I have found a few things that are working really well for me right now, and I want to share those with you. The first one is to be really flexible in your planning and understanding of your roles. And what I mean by that is take time every week to reflect on the week that has gone by or a few weeks and think about what went well and what didn't well. For me, I set aside time every Sunday to look at the week ahead and to plan and to just kind of consider what things I want to do differently and what my strategy is going to be. I look at where we're going to be and what we're going to be doing. I meal plan. I think about basically everything I need to do for the blog or for me as a mom and a wife and a homeschool parent. And I make changes needed. What do I make changes to? Well, that's where my second tip comes in, and that's a lot of chores. Only I don't like to call them chores because who really likes to be told, okay, here's your chore list, or this is what you need to do today, chore-wise, right? It has that negative connotation to it. So I like to call them responsibilities. When we give our kids responsibilities, it builds a sense of ownership inside them as we equip them, show them how they're growing in wisdom and stature and strength, and they're able to use that growth to have new responsibilities for your family and your home. This really helps them to take ownership of their place and position and how important they are to your house and to your family and everything that you do together. So building that ownership in them builds a confidence in what they know they're capable of doing and how they're going to use those gifts one day to run a family of their own. Okay, and so how is this helpful to you as working at home? As a working at home mom, this is helpful to you because it gives them things to work hard at with integrity and to do diligently during some time when you need to be getting stuff done for your work. This has looked different for me over the years, and oftentimes it's every 4 to 6 weeks, maybe less, maybe more, where I'm really changing things up and switching it around. Sometimes it's the jobs they do, but more often it's kind of how I do it or implement it. One of the first ways that worked really well for us was during a summer a few years ago. I got an orange piece of construction paper and a big Sharpie marker, and I put it on the fridge. And I made little check boxes. I think there was probably 6 or 7 of them. And I listed things that I needed them to do. And I gave them each a magnet. So there's 3 magnets, and as they did their job, they just moved their magnet down the chart. And at the very bottom of the chart, it said free time with an exclamation point. And they love being able to get to free time. I strategically planned the chart to make sure that they were getting things done that were 1, helpful to me, and 2, that would take a good amount of time so that I could get something accomplished. They were things like do your pet chores, read for 20 minutes, what else was there? Like do a daily chore or your bathroom chore, your morning routine, things like that. And that just becomes ingrained in them to know to do that, but it's also rewarding because they get that free time at the end. Another thing that works well for me right now is I've created a daily responsibilities chart on my fridge by day. So, and each day is divided by room. So I have like living room, kitchen, bathroom, and each child is assigned a chore for each of those areas of the house. A responsibility, I should say. So this comes in handy because I can add that daily routine to the orange chart on the fridge and they know to go do that daily job. Or I can use it as a way to say, okay, guys, I have to make a 20-minute phone call for my job. I'm going to have you guys each go and do your bathroom chore. And then each child goes, maybe one will wash the mirrors and the faucets in each bathroom, another one will scrub the toilets and wipe the toilets, and another one maybe will sweep or wipe down the sinks. And they know what they need to do and they can do it well. And when they're done, they get to have a little bit of free time till I'm done my phone call. So we've talked about being flexible with your planning and looking at the week ahead, being okay with changing your strategy to make things go better. And we've talked about giving kids responsibilities that builds ownership in them to use time for you to get work done. And the third thing that I feel is really important and key for kids my kids' ages is to teach them skills, to equip them, help them find a love of growing in a skill or an area of their life. And this is something that's going to hold value to them for years to come. It might be something like learning how to crochet or do the little latch hook things. It might be that they love to sketch or draw and you equip them with ways, a sketchbook and things to do that. It might be a skill like playing a musical instrument, maybe the piano or guitar, and maybe you set them up with a book or a YouTube video, whether it's Art Hub for Kids for art or something to teach them the piano. Once they start to learn these things, you're gonna find that they'll spend a good 20 minutes playing their songs on their piano and just loving it, and that gives you key time to get stuff done. Another way I use these skills is to implement like a quiet time in the afternoon. They can do them then during their quiet time. And I just thought of another one, like even reading can be a part of this. If they love to read, they're going to use that time wisely. And along with skills and activities, find ways to help them learn how to work together and play together. Teaching them games, playing with them some, so that they learn how to play together and have a love of games, that's gonna use a lot of time, but it's gonna teach them too, while they're playing, how to win well and lose well, and just enjoy each other while you go get your work done. And my last thing I want to share about that is there's something called Kiwi crates. I'm not trying to sell those at all, but they have been super helpful in helping my kids get a craft. They have craft kits or science kits or technology STEM related boxes. The box comes in the mail with everything and instructions for their age. They're able to do it in probably 15, 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes. And then it's often something they can play with or use for another 15 or 20 minutes. So very easily a whole hour can go by. And for I think they're anywhere between $10 to $20 a month. Like those kits can be a really big asset to a work-at-home mom. Now, what you want to do, I think, is take these three strategies that I've given you and kind of combine them all together. As you're planning your week ahead and remembering that you're giving your kids responsibilities and ownership, and then these skills, combine them and say, okay, guys, for this afternoon, I'm going to be getting some work done, and what I'd like you to do is these three things, like you're going to have quiet time till 1:30, and after that, please do your bathroom chores, and following that, work on one of these skills. And that's going to take a couple hours for them to accomplish all of that, and they're going to be occupied and really using their brains, which means they're not going to be bored and bothering you. I guarantee once you implement these strategies, you're going to love working at home and parenting from home all together at the same time so much that you're not going to want to go back. You're going to see your kids grow in the responsibilities and the ownership of their home and the position in their family, and you're going to have more time than you ever even thought possible. Yes, you're going to have messy days. Yes, you're going to want to have do-overs, and you're going to need to ask forgiveness of your kids because they're going to interrupt you and you're going to get frustrated. But you're going to be growing, and you're going to be looking at what happened yesterday and how you can change it tomorrow, and there'll be new mercies for you every morning. Well, that's about it for the tips that I have for you today. I would love to get to know you more. Please look me up on Instagram and Facebook, Frugal Lancaster and frugallancaster.com. Sign up for my email list, and I'd love to share some ways to save money and fun, free, cheap things to do in Lancaster County with you. Have a great day.